Sonic games. Do I love them or do I hate them? Kind of a bit of both. I hate it and I love it. I just said that. Anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and talk about my top 10 favorite Sonic games. Not of all time. You know, we can't really get higher than Super Mario Galaxy, but when it comes to Sonic games, sometimes the last one is better than the first, and sometimes the first is better than the last. We never really know because Sega doesn't really know how to handle their franchises, and I swear to God, if Microsoft buys Sega, I'm jumping off the Empire State Building. Let's just get started with this list. I'm tired of talking. Usually when people hear me say, yeah, I like this game, people decide to stop being my friend, and I don't blame them. This game is probably one of the worst, if not the worst game in the Sonic series. But that's okay. Sonic 06 does a lot of things to step out from what Sonic usually is. Instead of being some, yeah, we're gonna go stop Eggman, to, yeah, we're gonna go stop a god from destroying time itself. And I can compliment the game for doing that. It's doing something not usually done before. And I think that's cool. I'd much rather see a game fail at something new rather than fail at something old. Sonic Forces. Anyway, Sonic 06 is, like I said before, probably the worst game in the Sonic series. So why is it in my top 10? Well, like I said before, it tries something new. Instead of being Stop Eggman, it's Stop a Time God. And instead of collecting all 7 Chaos Emeralds, you're collecting all 7 Chaos Emeralds. But you know what? That's okay. It does some new, it does some old. Plus you can play as Shadow in this game, so I mean, what's so bad about Shadow? He's the coolest character in the franchise. So, when it comes to Sonic 06, they introduced humans into the series, and I don't know how to feel about that. The way Eggman looks in this game just, it hurts me. But the Sonic 06 fandub, oh my god, it's genuinely good. You should go check out the Sonic 06 fandub that exists. Literally, it's the funniest thing ever. I've, like, one. This game isn't number 1, though. It's number 10 for a reason. In this game, I feel like Sonic, but at the same time, I feel like a banana peel. Just sitting there, not really doing much. Except moving. Sonic 06. Bad game, but not the worst game. Sonic Forces takes that big time. Have I said I hate Sonic Forces yet? Because I really hate Sonic Forces. Hey, this main theme, though, his world, probably one of the better ones out there. Sonic 06 does what every Sonic game does right, and does it even better. It has a good soundtrack. Who would have guessed? Sonic 06 has one of the best soundtracks in the franchise. His world, the final boss theme in general, that comes to mind. But it has some pretty cool banging tracks. There are a few that do kind of suck though, which is why the game isn't higher up. But that's okay, because I have Sonic, I have Shadow, and then there's Silver. I don't really care about him. But anyway, Sonic 06. Have I said Sonic 06 enough yet? It's a bad game, but it's not the worst game. I hate Sonic Forces with a passion. I think Team Sonic Racing is the best Sonic Racing game. That's just fact. In my opinion, at least. It's got characters. You got like Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Shadow, Amy, Rouge, you know, the mainstays. But then you got oddball choices like Silver and Blaze. And then Vector. Just Vector. No SBO or Charmy. Which I think is kind of weird. When it comes to teams, he's put with Amy sometimes. And most of the time he's put with Silver and Blaze, which is kind of strange. But either way, I think Team Sonic Racing is the best Sonic Racing game, and that is my opinion, like I said before. Team Sonic Racing has a lot of good remixes, as with any Sonic game. The remix of Standopolis Zone comes to mind. That's probably that's my favorite out of all of them. And you can play as Metal Sonic and Shadow, so I mean, 2 of the best Sonic characters right there. And then you can just go to town. You get to have 2 other characters on your team. Most of the time, it's relegated to the character's team. Like, if you pick Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, you're going to get the rest of Team Sonic. And if you pick Shadow, Rouge, or Omega, you're going to get the rest of Team Dark. Sometimes it changes up, but most of the time, it's pretty relative to their team. New to this game is the ultimate move, which is, I did a video on the ultimate themes a while back. But you basically push a button and you go Super Lightning Fast Speed. You don't do the Sonic thing. And that's pretty cool. It's one of the more toned down mechanics compared to transforming and transformed, and just kind of regular racing and Sega and All-Stars Racing. But of course, that is wholly an opinion. but like I said before, this is probably the best Sonic racing game out of all of them. Sonic Lost World is pretty good. I mean, kind of. It's basically a worse Super Mario Galaxy, but hey, who cares? That's a funny joke that definitely made everyone watching this video laugh. Anyway, Sonic Lost World is seeing you traversing the world of the Lost Hex, fighting against the Deadly Six, which is dumb. They're all stereotypes. You've got the girl, the leader, the fat one, the crazy one, the old man, the depressed one. I'm pretty sure there's like one more, but I care not to remember. Sonic Lost World does a lot of things right, but it also does a lot of wrong. You've got something like the run button. Since when has Sonic ever needed a run button? But then you've got something like the wall running mechanic and the parkour system that really should have returned but never did. Also, look at the animation quality here. Sicko mode. The rest of the game doesn't look like this, but meh. The music, on the other hand, pretty good, as with all Sonic games, of course. But, you know, music could be better, could be worse. We're only on number 8 here, so I mean, what do I know? I've got pretty weird music taste. I don't like to listen to actual music, but I like listening to OSTs for some reason. They call me weird. The Wii was a weird time to be a Sonic fan. After the massive failure of 06 and the inability to port 06 to the Wii, we got two storybook games. Sonic and the Black Knight, and this game, Sonic and the Secret Rings. Sonic and the Secret Rings is the motion control filled game that every Wii game has to have. It's weird, like you've got this guy named Eraser Jin trying to jump into the book pages and get rid of the books of like the Arabian Nights. I don't exactly remember what the point of this is. I think it's to save a lady named Shara. And apparently Sonic looks like the hero, so he's got to go in and save the day, I guess. Familiar Sonic characters like Knuckles and Tails show up. They play different characters within the story of the Arabian Nights. I never read them, so I don't care. But, I mean, hey, it's got good music. What Sonic game doesn't? I mean, to be fair, Forces doesn't have very good music. I'll get into why Forces has good music and also like the worst music later. But Sonic and the Secret Rings I mainly have in here for nostalgia because oh my god, this game. I used to play this game all the time as a kid. I would get up in the morning, turn on my good old Wii, make sure it was turned down, and then play me some good old Sonic and the Secret Rings. I never finished it, mind you, because I suck at video games, but I got to finish it a few years, like 2 or 3 years back. And I don't regret it. The music in this game, like, the main theme, God mode, like, oh, I love this game. Of course, it's only number 7, so there are a few problems with it. Mainly the motion controls, because, oh my god, I hate them. The motion control is literally how you move. There's no D-pad to move. You don't hit the 2 button to jump. You flick the Wiimote up and tilt it in the direction you want to jump towards. And if you're holding your Wiimote in a weird way, you're gonna fly off into some unknown dimension. But hey, nostalgia pandering aside, I think this game did well. If it had like regular controls, I think it would have been better. Sorry, I just had a major nostalgia explosion because this right here was the first Sonic game I ever played and ever complete. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Oh boy! It is a good time to have. You got some friends over, you whip this game out on your Switch, Xbox, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3. This game is literally on almost every home console around. There was no reason you should not have played this game. Alright. I think I got it out of me. Sonic 2, God game. Better than Sonic 1 by far. It did everything right. It made Green Hill Zone not Green Hill Zone. It made Chemical Plant, which, by the way, is one of the best Sonic stages to exist. That is just known fact. And Sonic 2 introduced Tails, the player 2 to Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 introduced a lot. and it took multiple steps forward and I think like one step back. And that one step back is the special stages. Oh my god, I hate them! It is generally agreed upon by fans that Sonic the Hedgehog 2's special stages are the worst of the bunch. The 3D is a migraine to have to travel through. The bombs that come out of nowhere are stupid, and if you're playing with Tails, he is going to run into every single bomb there is. He takes the rings and then hits the bombs. Like it's nothing. Tails, you stupid! Sorry about that again. I love this game to death, but I hate the special stages more than anybody else. I'm sure that people hate them with a passion, and I mean, we just went over that. We all do. Sonic fans, like I said, agree that this is the worst of the bunch. But everything else is sicko mode. You've got, like, epic themes, like the boss theme. Mystic Cave Zone. Oh my god, Mystic Cave Zone. Listen to this remix right here. Listen to it now. I know, sicko mode. Anyway, credit to Gametal. Definitely give him a look. Link in the description. And then you got like some of the most original zones in the games franchise. Like you got Casino Night, Mystic Cave Zone, Chemical Plant Zone. Some of the most original stages that we've ever seen in a Sonic game. And then when it comes to Sonic Heroes, which sadly didn't make the list, we've got expanded levels from Sonic 2, like the Casino Night Zone. You've got expanded like bingo stuff. This game took what Sonic 1 did and perfected it, and to be fair, I think that is warranted. Sonic 1 was garbage. Everyone can agree that it was a good introduction, but after Zone 1, it just kind of sucks. With Sonic 2 though, you've got goods and bads, mostly goods. Like I said, the goddamn special stages! But I mean, the reward for completing the special stages is Super Sonic. And I get it, most people are gonna say, oh, Dragon Ball Z? Dragging my balls across the goddamn floor because I'm very original? I get it, the comic that introduced Super Saiyan came out before Sonic 2 did, but who really cares? They're both cool. Except for Dragon Ball Z, I don't get Dragon Ball Z. But when it comes to Sonic 2, a lot of good, a lot of bad. You know, not really a lot of bad, just a lot of good, some bad. The content, like Genocide City Zone, yeah, that was an actual thing. Genocide City Zone. That was an original stage that was going to be in the game, but was cut either due to time reasons or the obvious genocide. And then you got one of the stages, which being Hidden Palace Zone, was actually added to the mobile part of the game, which a lot of people say is the definitive way to play the game. And it is, believe me, it is. Sadly though, it hasn't been ported to consoles yet, and I don't think it ever will be. So, that's Sonic 2 for you. If you liked Sonic 1, you'll love Sonic 2. Let's get this off the bat first. The major downfall that Sonic Generations has is that it has no new stages, no new bosses, like literally only one new boss. Everything else is returning, and I think that is the biggest problem the game has. Like I've said, there is only returning stages, and that's it. This was also the game that started Sega's unnecessary use of classic Sonic, which I hate so much. But that's, you know what? It's whatever. It's a good game. It's got older stages like Seaside Hill, Green Hill Zone, Chemical Plant, and also newer stages like Rooftop Run, Crisis City, you know? And they've all been reimagined in a way so that it fits both the way that classic Sonic and modern Sonic plays. When it comes to bosses, they're all old bosses. but they've been made in such a way to where they're unique from their previous one. And the new final boss, not even that, not all that good. Time Eater, you're pretty cool in design. Your boss fight, rather lame. Sonic Generations, God Mode. It's got the good stuff from all the old games, and then like Crisis City, and that's like the only thing that's bad is Crisis City. I hate it. I don't like playing through Crisis City. You get 2 Sonics, 1 epic adventure. Sonic Generations, God Mode. Sonic Adventure 2 introduced Shadow the Hedgehog, which is why it's one of the better games in the series. A lot of people consider this game the last good Sonic game and the first bad Sonic game. And to them I say, have you played Sonic Generations? Like, bro, we just talked about it. Like, these people are stupid and dumb, and if you think Sonic Adventure 2 was the last good Sonic game, then go play Freeze Tag on the highway. Anyway, Sonic Adventure 2 introduced a lot new to the franchise, such as skateboarding, Shadow, the entirety of Knuckles, because his treasure hunting stages suck and I hate them more than I hate playing his Tails, because I hate the mech game, I hate the mechs, but you know what, it feels like a good balance between speed stages and the other game modes. I don't care to remember, there's like 2 other ones, the treasure hunting and the guns. So yeah. You basically run around as Sonic and Shadow, fly around looking for Master Emerald shards as Rouge and Knuckles, and then you shoot things with Eggman and Tails. There are 2 modes, Dark Mode and Hero Mode. You can either play as the heroes or the darks. Finish both, you get the final story, and you get to listen to Live and Learn! Yeah, Live and Learn might be one of the best main themes for a Sonic game, like just ever, you know, but that's an opinion. A game opinion. But the video's not over, so I'm not going to say thanks for watching. When it comes to Sonic Adventure 2, the fans are pretty split. Most of them say it's good, most of them say it's bad, and some of them just don't care, because you know what? A Sonic game is a Sonic game, and no matter what, you're probably going to find some kind of enjoyment out of it, except for Sonic Forces. I said I would stop. Anyway. Sonic Adventure 2. Is it good, or is it bad? Well, what do you think? It's good. It's damn good. You've got music that is sicko epic moment, bro. Epic moment. And you've got stages that are fun to play through, even though I hate playing as Tails and Dr. Eggman. I love you, Eggman, but I hate playing as you in this game. The bosses are rather unique. You do go against some of them twice because, you know, you gotta go against you gotta go against Hero and then Dark. But, you know, most of them are pretty original. You've got characters like Shadow that were introduced, where you get to play as him, and he's pretty cool. He's my favorite Sonic character. So, you know, you've got a lot of good coming from this game. There's not very much bad to come out of it, other than the fan base. But yeah, Sonic Adventure 2 is pretty good, and if you don't have it yet, I suggest you give it a shot. It's on most home consoles nowadays, so it wouldn't be hard to find one. When it comes to Sonic 3, the fan base is pretty set on saying this is the best in the trilogy. And to that, I agree. I know I have a very soft spot for Sonic 2, but Sonic 3, easily the best in the trilogy. Here's why. Knuckles, the hip dude who don't chuckle ever, one of the best Sonic characters next to Shadow and Metal Sonic, got introduced in this game. I know you don't get to play as him until Knuckles, but hey, at least he's here, and that's all I can really ask for. I mean, I couldn't play as Knuckles in Generations, and there he is. So he's there. I like it. You put Knuckles in a game, and more than likely it's going to be pretty good. Most of the time. But, you know, Sonic 3 does almost nothing to introduce to the table. And that's a good thing. It takes what it did good beforehand and improves upon it immensely. Instead of just having 1 shield item, we have 3. The Fire, Bubble, and Thunder Shield. Each of them having their own set of, their own move they can do. With the Fire Shield, you can dash forward. With the Bubble Shield, you can bounce and breathe underwater. And with the Electric Shield, you get a double jump and rings come towards you. Each of them having their own benefits and each of them having their own problems, such as fire and electricity going out whenever you touch water. And that's pretty much it. Sonic 3, gamer mode, good game. Is it a bad game? No. Can it be boring sometimes? Yeah. I despise playing through the carnival stage that I don't even remember the name of, and not just because of the Barrel of Doom. I know I said I liked Carnival Night in Sonic 2, but I don't like the carnival stage here. Just a huge time waster, and you're more than likely going to be losing a life or two because of how big the stage is. I get what they're trying to do with like a big stage, meaning there's more to do, but it doesn't really work because it's big, and you're usually only holding forward anyway, so you're not going to stop and see the sights. You only get 10 minutes to beat a level. The stage alone would take 10 minutes to look at like the first zone. So you're not really getting all that much out of that zone. I don't even want to remember the name of it. But Sonic 3, the complete package having 3 and Knuckles, it's a good game. 3 on its own, it's pretty good. There's about 8 zones, I think. And Knuckles adds 8 more. That's 16 zones that you're more than likely going to have to sit through in one sitting. Because, you want to do that for a Sonic game. But this game adds the save mode feature, where you have different files that you can use your saves on. So you could have multiple playthroughs going on at once, or you can do multiple playthroughs one after the other. When I play this game, I usually go Sonic, then Tails, then Knuckles, just so I can start the game as each of the characters and play through them all. Nothing's really stopping me from playing through all these characters, because the game is freeform and allows you to do as you choose. You can play as Sonic and Tails, just Sonic, just Tails, just Knuckles, and I think one of the modes was just Knuckles and Tails. I don't remember though. But yeah, it's got a whole bunch of original bosses, and the game is rather fun to run through all around. One of my favorite games to try and get through as fast as possible. Of course, it wouldn't be a Sonic game if it didn't have its fair share of problems. One of them being the final zone. You can only unlock the true ending by collecting all 7 Chaos Emeralds, and then the Super Emeralds, which only appear in 3 in Knuckles if you've beaten all the stages beforehand, and got all the Chaos Emeralds. You catching up with me on this one because this is pretty confusing, so I'll explain it a little easier. There are 8 zones in Sonic 3. Combining Sonic and Knuckles with Sonic 3, and you get the full package, because the game was split up into 2 parts due to time constraints. So, if you combine the two, and you get Sonic 3 and Knuckles, in order to get Hyper Sonic, which has only appeared in one game for some reason, you have to collect all 7 Chaos Emeralds in the first 8 acts, or the first 8 zones, or whatever. Only then can you figure out a way to unlock Hyper Sonic, which that alone is hard to do. They only appear in the first act, the first zone, whatever. The Hyper Rings, the Super Rings, or whatever, they only appear in the first zone. So you're not going to be able to just run through the game willy-nilly. So the first half of Sonic 3 is just collect all the emeralds. And the second half is just, and now I got to collect all the emeralds again. But collecting all of them gives one of the biggest rewards in Sonic history. Hyper Sonic. Like I said before, he's only appeared in one game so far, which is pretty sad. He's a pretty cool mechanic, and I think that should have been brought back. It was going to be brought back in Mania, but I guess for some reason that didn't happen. In the files of Sonic Mania, there are files for the word Hyper, showing that Hyper Sonic was probably going to be in the game. Meaning we would see versions of Hyper Knuckles, Hyper Tails, Hyper Mighty, and Hyper Ray. I've said Hyper more times than I have in my entire life within these fast 5 minutes. So, yeah. One of Sonic 3's biggest problems is how it rewards you by doing a whole lot, by not giving a whole lot. Hypersonic is fun, don't get me wrong. But is it really worth it to play through the first game just collecting 7 emeralds and then nothing else? And then the second game is collect the emeralds in the first zone and you don't get it? Kinda weird. I don't understand Sonic 3 a whole lot. And I know I just went on about how bad the game is, but oh my god! Sonic 3 may beat out Sonic 2 in having some of the best zones in the game. You've got Hydrocity, which might even be better than Stardust Speedway, which is a gamer level. I didn't put the game on the list because I hate Sonic City, but I love Stardust Speedway. But Hydrocity, it beats it out by a long shot. Hydrocity, yes, I pronounce it Hydrocity, not Hydro City. It's Hydrocity. It even beats out Chemical Plant. And I love Chemical Plant. Like, oh my god, this game has some of the best looking stages. Sandopolis Zone, I hate desert levels, but I love its music. The music in this game, God mode. You cannot beat it. It is unbeatable. How dare you deny the fact that it is beatable? It is not! Sonic Mania, the game not made by Sega, but also kind of made by Sega, but wasn't really made by Sega, made by the people who made mobile ports to the Sonic games, made Sonic Mania. One of the best 2D Sonic games, if not the best 2D Sonic games to ever exist. If your heart is painted in blue, yellow, and red, you will love this game to death. This game shows off zones from Sonic 1, 2, 3, CD, and Knuckles, and just flaunts it with a passion. Sonic 3 didn't even compare to the fun I had with Sonic Mania. It had been such a downpour of bad game after bad game for Sonic fans. Not me though, because I really enjoyed anything you put in front of me, except for Sonic Forces! So for Sonic fans, seeing the words Sonic Mania pop up on their screens, and then being surprised by it actually being a good Sonic game? Yeah, we were all surprised. I was surprised. And August 14th was what Sega fans remark as the day that the best Sonic game of all time came out. Not for me though. My heart is absolutely painted in red, yellow, and blue. But not to the point to love this game as much as I do for number 1. The Wii houses my favorite video game of all time and favorite Sonic game of all time, Sonic Colors. I love this game. This game is so much fun. The introductions of the Wisps, the fact that every world is somehow so much different than the last, and the music. Oh my god, just listen to this. Okay, I know that one isn't a lot, but I really want to get into this game. Sonic Colors introduces one of the mainstays of the Sonic franchises being the Wisps, but also some pretty damn good level design. You've got characters like the Wisps that make your game just bing bang bong, epic gamer mode. You've got Sonic who plays like a god, and then you have like worlds that are so vaguely different, like not vaguely, but so remarkably different than the last that sometimes it doesn't even feel like you're playing the same game. You've got Super Sonic as a bonus character that you can play as once you've gotten all the red rings, which make a return. And then you've got some of the coolest music in the game. Like, oh my god, if I could make a video just talking about the music from this game, I absolutely would. And one day, I'm going to. You believe me, I will make a video all about this game. Sonic Colors, I love it so much. Would you believe me if I told you that most fans regard this game as the best of the best? Even better than Sonic Mania. You've got... I love this game, guys. I can't get enough of it. It may be nostalgia knocking on my door, but I love this game. It doesn't get better than this. For me, there's never a dull moment. Sure, the bosses do get reused, but the final boss against the Nega Wisp armor, it doesn't get any better than that. The music in this game. Just listen to Reach for the Stars that you're hearing right now. You're gonna love it just as much as I do. Sonic Colors is the best of the best when it comes to Sonic games. And no matter what you tell me, nothing's ever gonna change that. This has been Smoopy Q. Thank you for watching, and just enjoy the rest of this.